What's up, y'all? This is the Curious One. Just kicking it here at the table. Uh, to be honest, I don't have any drinks tonight. I'm really not even in a mood to do a video, but I have this figure just came in, and I really want to get him out of the box and pose him around a little bit before I gotta go to sleep and go work in the morning. So I'll just try to get through this, do as good a job as I can. So as you can see, my Duke finally came in. Uh, Came in through Amazon. I've actually gotten three of the figures from Amazon. The only one I got off eBay was the Snake Eyes. I did pay a premium for him. The other three I paid normal price for. I am going to pick up Destro, but the only place that I can find him right now is he's selling for premium, and I'm just not willing to pay premium for a Destro because, like the ladies say, I'm just really not into him. Uh, I want the figure just because it's Cobra GI Joe, and I kind of want to get the whole collection, or at least whatever Hasbro doesn't hide from me. Um, so as you can see, GI Joe Classified Series Duke Hasbro. Got some art here. The art is a little bit more cartoony, or maybe comic book style. Um, Kind of different from the artwork on the rest of the series, or on the rest of this wave, I guess I should say. Got the 4 plus, got the do not eat warning. This side here we have some more of the some more art here. Also a little bit more on the cartoony, maybe comic book stylish. Then we have the art that's on the rest of the wave. Well, I haven't gotten Destro yet, but I assume it'll be the same art on the back. Got his icons. I guess that one means like he's a general, good with small arms. I'm assuming it's a paratrooper, and yeah, I don't know. Um, I have gone to the website a few times and I've looked around, but I haven't really like dove into the icons, so I can't really tell you exactly. So this is going to be number 4 in this wave. You got a GI Joe at the bottom, and then you got a number 4 and a logo side. Got all this stuff on the bottom. So let's crack this box open and check out what he comes with. So first off, you get this insert with the GI Joe logo. It has icons on the side. It says Duke. Got a number 4. If you wanted to, you could use this as some type of display. I probably won't. I've already thrown the others away. But now that I'm thinking about it, I do have an empty spot on my ghetto shelf. There's some wires that show in the back. I'm gonna do like displays for each one of the shelves. I've already got 2 done. Need to do 3 more. I may just put this up there to kind of cover up the wall and the wires just temporarily until I decide what type of display I want to put, that I want to build for these guys. So let's start off first with the shake test. And he is pretty solid at the waist. If you haven't seen my other figures, or my other videos on the Snake Eyes and the Roadblock, where did the little fly come from? Get out of here. Their waists are actually really loose. You can like shake them around real easy. But this guy does not have that issue. And honestly, I actually really like this figure. I like it a lot more than I actually thought I would. Just because, well, yeah. I mean, he's not too bad. I'm not that fond of the Gears of War armor. I think it works on Gears of War, but I mean, this is G.I. Joe. But it's not not bad, not bad at all. Actually really digging him. Got a scar there on his forehead. I have a little bit of flash right here underneath his chin, but I should be able to fix that up, no problem. The paint on this guy looks really good too. I had an issue on the Scarlet figure. Her paint was pretty bad on mine, on the figure I got. But the paint on this guy looks really good. So as you can see, he does have a bandolier here. If you wanted to, you can pop his head off, pull that right off. You also got a belt that can be shifted around, and you have a holster that can be shifted around as well, leg drop holster. It fits pretty tight. It doesn't seem like it's going to have the issues that you would have with, say, a Lady Deadpool, where they just fall down all the time and you got to keep pushing them back up. It fits on there pretty tightly. I don't think it's going to be an issue. It does have his G.I. Joe comm here. Got an orange watch. I like orange. One of my favorite colors, actually. So, alright. You can look down pretty, like, really deep. You can bury his chin. Get pretty good upward motion. I did notice because of the sculpt, the way his head is sculpted, you're not going to get, well, maybe it's just tight. Originally it didn't feel like he was getting any movement there at the top of the neck. There is an extra ball joint down here at the bottom of the neck, so you can get a little bit more. Just spin all the way around. My shoulders are a little tight, especially on this one here. But you can get up to 90 right there. And of course you spin it all the way around. Got a bicep swivel here. A double jointed elbow. Looks like you're only going to get about 90 out of it though. The wrist is on the in and out ball joint, and it does look like you get pretty much all the motion in from that one. On who was it? It was Scarlet. Her armor on her forearms was keeping me from getting all the motion out of that. Got the exact same stuff over here on this side. And let's see, how does this one go? So this is going to be up and down. Looks like it might be hindered just a little bit from that watch. Maybe that peg hole is a little bit too deep down in there. But a fairly good amount of motion out of it. And we do have the same butterfly joints that we got from the other figures. Although I don't really seem to get all that much out of it. It kind of seems like the way the figure is made, you're getting minimal movement out of it, but it is better than not having them. So you do have the ab crunch, and you get pretty good motion out of him going forward, really far backwards. You got a swivel at the hip, but you can also get some pretty good motion out of those hips. Got the leg drop system. You can get good front kicks. Can get the splits, although this, you'll probably have to wiggle this around sometimes, but you get some good splits out of there. Double jointed knees. Can't quite kick himself in the butt, but you can kick the pouches back here. Oh yeah, you got a cut right here at the boot. You got a cut at the thigh. And your upward motion on your foot is going to be blocked by the Gears of War armor. Kind of a bummer. It's part of the reason why I'm not a huge fan of that, just because I know it's going to hinder the foot motion, the foot movement. But it does go down really good, and you get some ankle pivot. Give him a bit of a spin around just so you can get a look at the whole character. If I pushed him back far enough to where you could see the whole figure. I'm seeing a peg hole here that I didn't notice a second ago. I'm betting I know what that is for. Alright, so you're going to get 4 accessories with this figure. First we'll look at the backpack. Sculpt is pretty nice. It looks like I have some marbling over here, but not too shabby. Some canteens on the top, shovel in the center. Lots of straps. Now my paint is off on this this shovel here. Like right in this area, it looks like it needs another coat. And then if you look down here, you can see that the apps are a little bit off. And a little off up in here too. But overall, it looks pretty good. There is a weird little bit of coloration. I'm not sure if that's going to come across on video or not. But it actually makes the backpack look a little bit worn. Kind of adds to the realism, I think. So I'm not going to complain about it. So you do get a peg hole here in the back. You do not get a peg hole on his bandolier. Not sure why. Hopefully this pouch right here that sticks out isn't going to get in the way. It seems to go on there pretty well. Seems to work out. I was afraid that pouch was going to be in the way, honestly, when I was looking at the figure earlier. As you can see, it is in the way, but it still fits on there okay. So then he comes with his like binoculars, something. Night vision. Not exactly sure what this is supposed to be, but I know he puts it up to his face and then he looks at stuff. So I'm thinking that this is what that peg hole is for. And yep, fits on there just fine. So the next accessory is going to be his pistol. Now, if you've heard me talk about any of these figures, you know I don't like the futuristic plasma gun thingamabobbers. I like my weapons for my Joes to be more realistic. But I think I'm going to make an exception with this pistol because it doesn't look too bad. It's definitely not modeled after any pistol that I know of. But it's not too bad. Not too bad looking. So, of course, you can put it in his holster here, and he'll be able to carry that. So it looks like this figure is going to be able to carry all of his accessories all at the same time. Now for the last and final accessory, you're going to get this futuristic looking M4 with a vertical foregrip. Got some kind of hollow sight with a magnifier on it. Now, to be honest with you, if it wasn't for this part right here, I would really like this rifle. I think it looks pretty cool. However, I kind of took away the futuristic weapons from the other ones. So I might actually replace his M4 with an M4 that I got from Marauders, just so that it fits in a little bit better. Even though I think this rifle could pass, because it's not like too big or clunky, and it does kind of look realistic, like in this area here. It's just this here that messes it up. You can see I got a little bit of missing a little paint right there, but it's not horribly bad. Everything else looks pretty good. So it looks like you're going to be able to get him into a pretty good shooting pose with this rifle. It is fudged a little bit though. You can tell that his stock isn't buried into his shoulder like he should, but I did manage to get the rifle up pretty close to his eye. I think maybe with a little more tweaking, I might actually even get it a little bit closer to looking perfect. Somebody's still got some fireworks left over, but I think that's pretty good. It's better than what I can typically get out of most of the figures. I did get a pretty good one with Snake Eyes also when I was using the Marauder guns. I had an M4. I got him down into a pretty good shooting position as well. The one that's harder is Roadblock. His body's just so big you can't really get his arms to go around his vest and get into be able to get his rifle up to his eye. Not as well as what I would like, so I kind of have him just kind of posed up like Rambo. Also not too bad with the two-handed pistol pose. It's not completely lined up, like it's you're not going to be able to get his hands to cup across, of course, because they're just not designed to do that. But with the right angle, you could fudge it and make it look like he is actually holding his pistol with both hands shooting, which is pretty cool. That was something that really frustrated me about the John Wick Diamond Select figure, is that that's basically what he does, is run and gun and throughout the entire movie, but you can't get him into an actual shooting pose with the pistol. The rifle, you can get him kind of close, kind of fudge it a little bit if you get it from the right angles and stuff. Although I do still like the figure a lot. So yeah, I think I covered about everything. So I'm gonna go set these guys up on the shelf and go night night. So y'all take it easy, have a good night, try to stay out of trouble, okay? Latest, peace.